Hi, my research question is what motivating factors cause students to report crimes of sexual assault? In 2014, President Obama established a task force to look into sexual assault on college campuses. Studies show that 1 in 5 women is a survivor of attempted or completed sexual assault while in college. Sexual assault on college campuses is a crime that must be addressed. So that everyone has the same understanding of what sexual assault is, for the purpose of this study, sexual assault will mean any unwanted, non-consensual sexual contact against any individual by another. Sexual assault can occur either forcibly or when a person cannot give consent. There are numerous newspaper headlines focusing on sexual assaults on college campuses. These are just a few recent examples. Why is this topic important enough to study? First of all, sexual assault is a crime. In addition, every student has a right to be safe on their college campus. Even if you have not been a victim of sexual assault, when sexual assault is so pervasive on college campuses, the victim can be your mother, your sister, or your friend. Men are also victims of sexual assault. It is extremely important to learn what motivates students to report an act of sexual assault, because unless the victims report such crimes, the perpetrators are likely to continue. In fact, studies have shown that a large majority of sexual predators are repeat offenders. If these crimes are not reported and the perpetrators treated, this problem will only become more exacerbated. Another important reason to research what motivates victims of sexual assault to report the acts is to educate future victims of sexual assault. If we learn what motivates victims to report, we can better educate the entire population of what needs to be done to prevent this ever-increasing problem. I looked into prior literature related to sexual assault on college campuses, reporting behavior, and the presence and efficacy of prevention programs for college students. The literature revealed that there is a limited amount of research on reporting behavior. What is evident is that there is an overwhelming amount of research to suggest that victims of sexual assault underreport. The barriers to reporting include shame, guilt, confidentiality, and fear of not being believed. When victims of sexual assault do report, it is when they feel that they have social supports available to them. Lastly, colleges have begun to implement sexual assault training programs, especially for their freshman students. The literature suggests that these programs are effective in lowering sexual assault, rape myths, and increasing the likelihood of students becoming allies of victims of sexual assault. Taken all together, if students are involved in training programs and they feel supported, there is a greater likelihood that they will report crimes of sexual assault. To perform the research, I would distribute surveys to all enrolled students in Psych 101 Principles of Psychology. I would choose to conduct this at Bates because it was identified as one of 6 colleges in the country that had the largest increase in reported sexual assaults between 2007 and 2012, based on statistics obtained from the Clery Act. Each section of Principles of Psychology has 70 students, so if each student completed the survey, the total number would be 210. I created a survey which would be distributed in the latter part of November, well past the red zone, which is the first 6 weeks of freshman year in which freshmen are most likely to be sexually assaulted because of their vulnerability and unfamiliarity with their surroundings. In terms of limitation, the sample size is small. In addition, there is a section for students who are not victims of sexual assault, and this data would be hypothetical. To understand what motivates students to report sexual assault, it is also important to understand why students do not report sexual assault. The desired outcome is that the study will lead other sexual assault victims to carefully consider reporting such crimes in hopes that the reporting will increase and deter assailants in the future. By examining why victims of sexual assault report the crime, the hope is that it will deter assailants and consequently it will reduce the tremendous cost to society, such as investigating costs from authorities, health costs to victims, both medical and psychological, the cost of rape prevention programs, and the cost of forming task forces. Therefore, President Obama's It's on Us campaign should fund this project.